Hey, my name is Eric. I'm making faces that you can talk to in your web browser, and you can talk to them with your actual mouth because there's a speech recognition involved. Let me demo what I got done yesterday. Yesterday was a good day because I got to create a brand new screen. I've been working on this screen, Faces, for the longest time, and Faces works like a champ. It's working great, and it's time to move over to Spiels. Okay, so the Faces screen lets you make whatever face you want. Okay, Spiels screen lets you make the things that the face is going to say, and how it will respond to what the player says. So I just threw together the basic layout of the screen yesterday. It's got, some stuff up top, a menu bar. All these buttons do nothing. Right now they're in a disabled state because when the screen loads, I start everything disabled. Okay, so this is just the start of a screen, not any functionality there. I want to get back to the screen, but there is a bug here that I need to fix first. Generally, whenever I see a bug, I fix that bug before I continue on to writing new code. And it is the best way to keep your code from turning into an unmaintainable pile of slop. So yeah, when you got a bug, just fix the bug. Don't say, no, I want to write this feature and I'll come back and fix it later. Just fix the bug. Eat your vegetables before you eat your meat, that kind of thing. So let's see, what's the bug? The bug is that when I import a WAV file, it does all the analysis to figure out the lip animation frames. But when I click on this mouth, it no longer animates the mouth. So I'm going to fix that. Looks like kind of a miss on the speech recognition, gotta say. So the character's saying, what? But it got recognized as the words. I might end up doing better with longer phrases. The way I've got these audio files chopped up is pretty small, so there's less context for the speech recognition to use in determining what was actually said. So let's do one with a few more words. Minimal talking, then killing. That recognized it correctly.
Minimal talking, then killing.
Yeah. So I think I know what's wrong with this mouth animation not working anymore. I revised how the faces are bound to the lip animation events, and I don't think I revised it on this screen. So let's just fix that, and hopefully it won't take me too long. I can go back to the Spiel screen, which is where the real sexy changes are going to be made. No, they won't be sexy at all. I mean, why am I talking like that? I don't know. The hot sloppy magic is going to be happening on that screen shortly. Okay. Spiel screen. That's not what I want. I want the lips generator screen. Okay, I've got an init, and I suspect I haven't done any binding on the face. Where's my init? Mouth equals await all that. Init web speech, okay. Oh, I see, okay. Where's the speech audio being played? Say new speech audio, pass in the audio buffer and the text. Yeah, I'm even forgetting like my own way of doing the binding. So let's go back and look at the faces screen and see what it's doing for the binding. Let's see, get head. Let's see. Face event manager, init face events head. Okay, face event util. So I said bind a face to the head component. Okay. So I've got more than one issue here. Face event manager is expecting me to pass in a head component. And for whatever reason on that other screen, I said I'm not going to do a whole head, I'm just going to do a mouth. So I'm thinking, do I want to figure out how to get the face event manager to work with just a mouth? Or do I want to upgrade that mouth to a whole face? The other thing I could do is create a kind of head that doesn't really have anything in it. It doesn't have an image. That could be useful. Take a look at this bind face, because maybe it's pretty simple to just make it work with a mouth component passed in instead of the whole head. So if I go look at SO web face, what is it? Face event manager. Okay, SO web face. Okay. So the logic of it is you pass in the name of the face and a head component. It's going to create a binding. Okay. So I don't feel comfortable changing this method to just let you throw in any component here. I think it's better for the contract of this function to keep it as it is instead of saying, whatever you send, we're going to make some sense out of it. So then there's a question like, do I want to create like a different method, like bind mouth, for example? Okay. So I can see writing some code here that's similar to bind face. It would just be for bind mouth. It would allow you to just pass that in. Is that special case really so great to support though? If I come back to this screen, I'm left with a feeling that maybe what I ought to do is just have a face here. And maybe what I ought to do is follow this pattern that I started on the Spiel screen of having it load in a face, and then you can change it. You change it to any of the faces that you created. So that may be where the more deluxe version of this screen goes to. That might be the better way to do it. So I'm kind of left with this weird feeling like, yes, there is a bug here, but in this case, it might be better to eat my main course or my dessert before I fix the bug, which is eating my vegetables. Not that vegetables are so bad, but if I'm already going to do work on this functionality here to get this to be a face that you can change, then that would solve the problem I've got on this screen where I can't easily bind my events to just a mouth on its own. So I can add more functionality to this screen that serves the purpose of this screen a little bit later. I think I'll work today on creating that functionality here. So yeah, and once I've got that, I can copy it over and I'll end up fixing the bug. So I'm not just getting away from fixing bugs, which is something I dislike doing. Okay, so what do I need to do? I've got the test pane over here. I already have a bunch of comments that say refactor. So I'm going to have to create another file and move some of these things over into it. And yesterday, I think I decided I would keep them separately over here. So let's just create a test interactions file. Okay. So with React components, as much as is practical, you want to move things out of the component, code out of the component, and put them into supporting functions. And those supporting functions, where do they go? Not really inside of here. They go in a separate file. Might not be obvious that this should be true, but I guess the general principle is that you want mostly view code, or code that is responsible for generating what the user sees on the web page, and then it can call out to these other functions, which would be called business logic, which is kind of a weird term, but essentially it just means that like everything that's in charge of sort of updating the view and the rules for updating it and things like that, and responding to user interactions, you want to have often a separate location. That's the pattern I'm following. This can go away. Okay. Okay. On draw face canvas. Okay. Because this file, it will get giant. So I'm always looking for opportunities to move things outside of it. All right. So test interactions. Init test pane. What else? I can get rid of these comments. I just did refactor them. I think I'll just make a struct called init results. And that's going to hold whatever I return from my init function here. And right now I'm returning a canvas component, but it is more specifically a head component. Okay. Say this will be init results, and later on as I add more things get returned, I'll just have this structure and contain them. Okay, so return. Okay, then I got this other comment here. It says I want to use the active face from the persistent store. Let me see what I already did related to this and the faces screen. So I can just not think too hard about how to do this. I'll just see what I've already done. Okay, init inside of the faces screen. Head equals await load face from name. Inner results face name. Okay, cool. So here's the face name. Go back to test interactions. And let's see. What did I call it? It's called load face from name. Who defines that? Yeah, file interactions. Okay. it's a little bit awkward, but this function that I've got for the faces screen, I could just copy this over to the other file. I would be done with it really fast that way, but it does seem like this might be a general purpose function that really deserves to be used between the two different screens. So I don't know. Just for the moment, I will be not dry and I will move it over. To a separate file, interactions, library, and then my spidey senses are tingling on it because I don't want to duplicate too much, but also right now I don't know if I want to create even another directory structure. But just so that I don't lose track of this, I'll just leave a note for the moment to do duplicate in faces screen, file interactions, think about refactoring to common. Okay, so that's, sometimes I just do that because I don't want to lose momentum with what I'm doing. You know, you just kind of end up pursuing too many loose threads, and as long as you just leave a note to come back to it, it kind of lets you keep your mental state intact and move forward. Same thing for this default face URL. Export const default face URL equals it's going to be faces default .yml. Okay. To do duplicate. Okay. So then what's left here? This logic seems correct for the spiel screen. Okay. So then I come back to test interactions and we say paste from name, bam, okay, paste name, okay, get rid of that. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so this should do exactly what it already did. Let's just go back and make sure I haven't regressed. I regressed. Oh yeah, okay, well let's fix it. So back to the test pane. Okay, so this will be init results, and then we'll say set all right, still works good. Yeah, boy, there's just more things that are going to be copied over. So the next thing I've got is the open chooser for the head. Okay. No way I could look at this is I could let the faces screen sort of be a home for the face related UI, even if it's reusable in other screens. I say it out loud and it immediately bothers me. I probably want to start a new directory called like Faces Common. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I'm so certain that I'm going to want to do that, and I'm going to do it now. And I don't think it's going to be too much of a sidetrack. Okay. So what would go in here? Add interactions again. And let's see. I mean, I think it's just, I'm going to move some of the files I just created. So let's, where is that? Where is my test pane? Okay, test interactions, file interactions. Let's just grab this, copy this, and then I'm not going to get rid of this file because I think there'll be something else that needs to be here that is there'll be many things that need to be here that are specific to it. That okay, add file interactions here. Okay, drop that in, and this no longer be the case. Okay, so then when I come over to file interactions here, I've got this load face from name. I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to force my code that already exists that's calling this to call something else. Same for the default face URL. Okay, so some stuff is complaining now. I can fix that. I say import. I think I'm gonna put some of this other stuff in there too, but one thing at a time. Import default face URL. Yes, there you go. Face is common. Okay, so that fixes that. Something else is going to complain. Faces screen, is that going to complain? Let's go take a look. I think it will complain. I'm wrong. It's not in there. It's in general interactions. Come on, where's the red squiggly? Okay, so you want to get this instead from faces common, interactions, file interactions. Okay. That fixes that. Then I come back to test interactions, and we say load face from name is now going to come from faces common interactions. There we go. All right. So now I've got some ugliness removed from the project, and it's following a structure that makes some sense. Not too much of a sidetrack. Let's see, what is this complaint about? Face to screen interactions, file interactions. Okay. Let's see. I just need to create some dumb function. Some dumb bunk. To do delete. Oh. Face to screen interactions, file interactions. Okay. What is your complaint? Load face from name. Okay. Okay, you're back to normal. Cool. Now, file dialogues. Open face chooser. This one I'm okay to duplicate because it's already got a lot of common code built into this, and it could be the case that there may be some screen specific changes I want to make in this file, so I'm okay to have it homed under each screen, even if there's duplication. Okay, add directory, file dialogues. Add TypeScript. Okay. Guess I'll be consistent with my naming. I'll call this a chooser. I was looking through this and thinking, anything I want to change? Let's do change. Okay, this is not bad. So the test pane, I've got this going to nowhere, but you can instead go to change face. Okay. Export async function. On change face. Ooh, no, that's not quite right. I can do a set modal dialog. Okay. Const modal dialog. Set modal dialog. Here we say change face chooser is open equals the modal dialog is equal to change face chooser name. So as soon as I set modal dialog to equal change face chooser, it's going to render everything inside of this. default document name equals, and then this tells me I'm going to need to return something else from the inner result. I'm going to have to return the document name. But for now, I'll just say to do. Okay. Okay, on shoes equals, for now, just do nothing. On cancel equals set modal dialog null. That will close the modal dialog. Okay. What else? What else does it want? What else do you want? It wants to be multi-line. That's what it wants. What other prop do you want from me? Also, it looks like you want to be inside of a containing component, so that's good. Okay, what's this one? Default. Okay, wait, just tell me what props you want. You're gonna make me go look them up. All right, no problem, no problem. Change face chooser is open. On cancel, on choose original. These look exactly right. Oh, choose callback is probably wrong. Document name. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, test pane is open. On choose, this should be document name. What? Okay, what is the thing you want? That's what I just had there, but you didn't like it. So I'm going to put it back in. Original document name equals. You know what? I am missing some really simple syntax thing, I think. To do. No, yeah, that must have been it. Okay. So, I'm just trying not to sweater thread too much. I like to develop incrementally and see something work and then keep going, you know. So on click for changing the face should be setting the modal dialog. Set modal dialog. Makes sense. That's right. You gotta leave your optional parameters at the end. Makes sense. Okay, so generate button definitions is gonna be modified as follows. Okay. So where should this bring me? I should be able to open up. What? What is the thing that you do not like? I guess we will remove you for a moment. Okay, you're still upset about something. What are you upset about? This this kind of error, it usually means that there's some set state type of a thing that is causing a use effect to get called recursively. I usually just figure it out by just disabling stuff until it works again, and then I can narrow the problem down from there. But I was pretty surprised to see that pop in right away like that after everything was working. I don't see that I did anything that different. Sometimes I get surprised. This is not like my favorite kind of problem to resolve, but it shouldn't take too long. Use effect after mount is going to be init test pane. Okay, let's comment that out and see what that causes or doesn't cause. New. Okay. Still fucked. That's very strange. I mean, I can put this back to do nothing. It doesn't really make sense why that would be. Oh, yeah, it does make sense. Okay, got it. I forgot to do this thing because you're saying here is a function that can be called rather than call this function right now. Yeah, shame on me for being so sloppy. That was just some sloppy coding. Okay, let's put this back in. Okay, now we're back to that. Okay. For me to get to any place, I need to set disabled mode to exit. Does make me think if my strategy of having a bunch of loading happening in the panes is correct, and now I don't think it really is. Let's move this loading business all up into the top screen. That would have been the correct way to do it. And then have it pass down. That is the pattern that worked for the faces screen. I think I departed from it because I thought maybe it makes more sense to just load inside of the pane instead of having it all happen top level. But thinking about untangling all the little dependencies and interactions and stuff, it's going to work better at the top screen level. So that means anything where I'm initializing and loading in results like that, I want that to happen at the top level component, the Spiel screen, and just have it passed down through the panes as properties. Okay. Spiel screen. So many files open now. That's the other thing that, as you refactor, it actually makes your life a little bit harder to have everything off in all these different locations at times. And other times it helps you. But in general, you gotta do it. Otherwise, it's just these giant spaghetti files with no separation of concerns. Okay. So, the OpenFace chooser is going to move over into the top level screen, the Spiel screen. So I was working down here in the test pane, but I'm going to move a lot of stuff back up here to the top level screen. Okay. So then what I do is I just start a section at the bottom, and any modal dialog is just going to drop in underneath. Okay. The test pane is going to need to have a head component passed to it. I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
She's one of those first place. Do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
She violated. I've pushed people by accident.
I'd rather we not focus on her
That's a
actions.
bad look. He's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
What?
It'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other one and see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid
get a
of her.
beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
She violated. I've pushed people by accident.
I'd rather we not focus on her
That's a
actions.
bad look. He's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
What?
It'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other one and see what they say.
I should have just done it this way to begin with. Okay, then you say, where are your inner results? And I say, they must be from somewhere else. Okay, so let's create a general interactions like I have in the other file. Heck, let's rename this. No, because the on draw face canvas and center canvas component can stay here. Okay, so let's create the general interactions. You'll come over there too in a moment. No. Okay. And I should do init. I also know I'm going to need a document name. Let's wait on that. Face name. Yeah, I don't even need that. Honestly, I don't need that. I could get it automatically. I go back and forth on it. Maybe it's easier to do it this way. Face name, string. Okay. Okay. So then test interactions, test pane. And then props here, we need to pass in a head component, which is going to be a canvas component. or null? I guess we'll do null. Okay. Okay, I won't use state here. I won't use state here. Don't need this. Okay, there's my head component. I need to pass in, what's this going to be? General button to set modal dialog. Let's call it on change face. Okay. Face, and then this will be okay. This becomes on change face. Okay. Okay. So this got simpler here. Going to be more complicated in the screen, but overall, considering everything, it'll be less complicated. Less complicated. Okay, go back to the spiel screen. Okay, so this becomes let's do init. Let's not pass set revision yet. Don't need that. Later on, I'll need this set document name, but I can get rid of this for now. Next init results, set disabled false. Yeah. Okay, that's the gist of it. So init, let's import you. Clean up my messy imports here. A convention here. I just alphabetize by the name of the import file. It becomes important in these files that have like several tens of imports in them. So I like to keep it fairly tight. import init results. Okay, what else do you need? On change face. Okay. So on change face, it's just going to open a modal dialog. Okay. Is it still compiling? No. Okay, what is this? Test pane. Got to destructure it. Okay, so now I've got the init function enabling after everything loads. And then I can do change face? I can. Okay, cool. So I can pick one of the other faces. And I can click this. It won't do anything yet, though. I have to keep on writing code. But so far, so good. Let's clear this and make sure that there's no error messages on the initial load. Okay, those are just old error messages. I cleared it out and I can see it's fine now. Okay, I would also like for the face to blink and look around like the other one does, and that's pretty easy to get going. So I could just follow the pattern here. I think for the moment I'll just inline this. Okay, why does it need face ID inside of a global or module scope variable? Oh, because it was going to reuse it here. Okay. Okay. That's fine. So let's go to faces common and let's add it. Let's move face event util over to here. That's all I need. And then I can just reuse this from either place. Add TypeScript. Face event util. Okay, and then here, let's just grab this, put the same code over here. There's nothing in here that's very, it's not tied to anything that's screen specific. So I feel pretty happy with just moving it over and reusing it from either screen. Okay, delete this, and that will cause errors in other places. Let's get rid of that and that. So I think that on its own is enough to make it animate and be ready to receive events. I must have broke something over here though. Yeah. So we say this comes from faces common, interactions. Man, I don't even know if it's correct to call it interactions anymore, but let's not depart from that right now. Okay, so if I come back to here, what? Okay, face event util in core util. Okay, I've got some corrections to make in my imports. That's all. I see animation. Good. Okay, let's see if I broke anything on the faces screen. No, it's cool. Either place. We're good. Okay, so now I need to do something with the callback. Also, I need to pass in a document name for the face. So go back to Spiel. Oh man. Okay, where's my screen? Yeah, this thing here. Okay, so this is going to be document name. No, it will be init results. Face name or. Okay. So what that should do when I open this file is it gets rid of Guabi there because that's one that's already selected. Low key code. So hey, nice to have you back, fella. It is the bug from yesterday when I was demoing to the raid group from Rufio that this mouth down here would not this animated mouth that down here would not animate.
My children.
And what I discovered is that I'm probably better served to complete my functionality here for loading this face that will be animated and then move this functionality over to this other screen. So we'll have instead of just a mouth, we'll have a whole face that is animated. Yeah, so the mouth doesn't move. But I'm going to fix it by bringing the whole face over. So on my spiel screen, I've got this face here that's now animating, and I've got a change face dialog, and I will complete the functionality here to change the face. Okay. So change face chooser. I've got this going nowhere right now, but it doesn't need to go nowhere. It can go to I get my naming right. I'm already saying on change face here. No, that's fine. Just call this on change face. That's going to pass in the next face name. Well, let's see. Let's put this back over here. Next face name, we say on change face. And let's see, we want to pass in set document name. And what else? No, I don't change the document name. Okay, so I'm going to be changing the face. I'll write the code and I'll figure out what I need to pass in. That's what I'll do. C# syntax right there. It's from my Unity days from last year. Okay, so we got the name of the face, and I already wrote some code like this. What are the things I need to do? General interactions. that's where it was. Oh, I don't need this code. Take that out. Okay. Okay, on open face, this was what I had to do. Close the dialog. Do this setup for new face thing. Set the active face name. Well, let's start with that. Bring that over. That means I'll need to pass in set modal dialog. I don't want to mess with the revisions quite yet. So yeah, the setup for new face, that's going to be a little bit involved. Set document name, don't need that. Set active face name, grab that from this persistence directory. Let's clean up my imports so I can maintain them a little bit better. There we go. This I'm going to have to copy over and see what should be reused or refactored. Okay. Setup for new face. No, it's right here. Perform disabling operation. That's not okay. There's a whole bunch of stuff I do not want to bring in. Okay, don't need this. Don't need this yet. Don't need that. The set head thing kind of makes sense. Yeah, I could see that being important. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of all that. Forget this perform disabling operation for now. Document name, that doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. So these two I'll take out. I'm just going to add a to-do. Add perform disabling operation. Block. Okay. This is going to be load face from name. Good. Gain that from faces common. That's good. And this I just delete. This I delete. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. And you're saying be asynchronous. Good with that. Okay, now you need to figure out your get head, set head stuff. I can do another core util. I think that makes some sense. So add TypeScript core util. Okay, function init core. I'll say what did I do in the other one? Okay. Head component. The set disabled, that will come in handy a little bit later, but I'll leave it out for now. Just so I don't have too many sweater threads, and this needs to come from Spiel screen. Head equals, and let's see, head canvas component or null equals null. Head equals head component. And what else was in init core? Set disabled, yeah, okay. Head. Yeah, this is what'll come over. Okay, get head. Is head ready? Okay, get head and set head and clear head. Let's bring these over. And I don't actually know I need all of these. I'll wait till I actually need them before I add them back in. So back on general interactions. That should be fine. Okay, on test interactions, I can set head here. You know, I don't think I need all this stuff in a setup. This is complexity that's not really that useful. else is broken. Really? That doesn't seem right. What's up? You don't have screen container anymore? Maybe... But, what? What? Let's go back. How'd I do it here? No, I had all these guys in the screen containers, so something else is fakaka. First off, let's just delete that. Problem goes away. Okay. It looks like this might be the issue. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay. You need to import. Okay, and you want some other stuff. You want set modal dialog, right? Okay. Clear this. Change the face. Let's get poly. Okay. Something wrong there. I think it's calling some places from the wrong spot. What's this? Yeah, you're calling the init from the wrong screen. So init. Okay, where is faces screen? No? Okay, not from there. That seems all right. Spiel screen, general interactions. This all seems fine. And then init core. Test interactions. This seems fine. This can be deleted. Okay, something's off though. Someplace I've got it going back to the faces screen. Oh, wait a minute, it loaded. What? Oh, that's not real though, because what happened is it set the active face name, and then it did a hot reload, and then it loaded the correct face. So there's some other issue. Yeah, you should not be getting called. On face canvas, mouse up. Yeah, I don't, there's something that is wrong here. And I think I need to step through the code, see what's getting called. But it does occur to me that if I set my modal dialog to null at the very end, I probably don't need this perform disabled operations. Let's do it. try finally block to make sure this gets called. Okay. This thing's blinking a lot because of the hot reloads. I'll just do a normal reload here. Come back into Spiels. Okay, so then I want to know, why the heck is this getting called? Change face. That's going to be where it's going to be. Not there. In here. Wisp. Source. Okay, so that init stuff, I think that might have been a red herring. I think instead what I've got going on is the head is being returned inside of the init results and being stored in the Spiel screen, but I don't want to use that. I don't want to use the head from the init results. What I want instead is get head being passed here. Get head. Okay, let's import. Okay. And that also means that in the general interactions, I no longer am going to return the head component. Okay. Come back. Seems all right. Let's change to another one. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. With 15 minutes left on the clock, do I want to go to the speech screen and try to get all that stuff working again over here. I don't feel like I quite got enough time to launch into that. So I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. Which bugs me a little bit because I changed my mission from the beginning. But I did get a fair amount done here. So I won't be too hard on myself for deviating from my session mission. Alright, so this is probably a good stopping point. Low key, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to stop the stream right about here. Check one, I think. If I come to faces, it's going to load. Yeah, the same face I just had selected. Okay, come back to speech. It's probably going to do a fresh load because I don't have the init after mount yet. No, I guess it's... Huh. Yeah, I'm kind of not sure how it's doing that, to be honest. I expected it to load again when it came over to that tab, but it just retained it. That's okay. I mean, it's not even a bug. It's just something working that I didn't expect to work yet. Alright, good place to stop. I'm going to stop the stream. I'm going to stop the stream. I'm going to stop the stream.
Push someone.
Right now.
Just wanna know.